friends, I'm making this video tonight to do a flip through of this journal that I started in 2021 and I finally finished it. During this pandemic, I have started so many journals and so many crafts and they are just piled up. So little by little I've been trying to finish them, but I kind of lose my mojo sometimes and then they just go right back on the shelf. So anyway, I finished this pretty lavender and purple and fuchsia journal, and I thought I'd do a flip through. So let me show you. Now this tie is a crocheted. I found a couple years ago a whole bag of, at the thrift store, of crocheted strings like this in all different colors of these cotton crocheted cords. So I really like them. I'm finally using them. Now, the journal is, let me see, it's 9 by 6 1/4, so it's 9 inches by 6 1/4. It is fabric on the outside and inside, and it's got cardstock sandwiched in between for some stability. This is a vintage tablecloth that's been coffee dyed, and underneath it is a lavender fabric. So pretty. I love this tablecloth. And this is a vintage doily that I sewed on and just inked it a little bit. Now, because I started this journal over a year ago, I can't remember every little piece of ephemera, who it's from. I'll try to link most of them. After I upload this to YouTube, I will try to look and see what I can find and link them. But I know the pages are from My Porch Prints, and there might be a few little pieces of ephemera from Pink Monarch, and I think SS Digitals on Etsy. And that's all I can remember right now. But definitely the pages and a lot of the ephemera too is from My Porch Prints. These, I don't even know. This image isn't from My Porch Prints, though. And this is some vintage mother of pearl buttons, the dark ones. And then this was a pin, and I took the pin off of it. And I just thought this fuchsia color really made things pop. I love it. And now we'll open it. And I hope I'm in frame here. Here's the inside with some coffee dyed fabric. There's some goodies in this. This is a piece of a vintage dresser scarf that I dyed with some acrylic paint several years ago. And this is a little scrappy pad, some coffee dyed papers, a little teeny tiny snippet roll that I use to decorate the top. Here's a ticket, not a ticket, a tag that I made from a masterboard. I put coffee dyed lined paper on it. I made a masterboard out of all collaged lavender and neutral papers so I could make some tags and different ephemera for this journal. And so I used every bit of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that I collaged. I made tags and pockets and different things. And I just used my paper punch to make these little flowers, some little yarn. What is this called? Eyelash. Little bling. Got that in there. And then I made this. I don't even remember where I got the pattern. This was like 3 years ago when I started making these things. But it opens and it's got coffee dyed paper on the inside so you can write on this. And then I put 2 little cards in there that you could also write on. But I thought that was nice that this envelope opens up into like a sheet of paper. So there's that. In the front pocket. And then this is the cover to the signature. Just one big signature with 30 pages. So that's 60 pages front and back. And this covers cardstock that I printed on. Little dyed vintage laces with acrylic paints. And here's a little tuck spot. Some cards. I haven't been in my craft room for a long time now, but I'm really missing it, so I'm trying to get back in here. There's a pretty My Porch Prints page, and this is part of the master board that I cut out and sewed around. Some other cards to write on. Tons of writing space in this journal. Tons of journaling cards too. So you don't have to worry about spaces to write in this journal, or even to glue your own things that you want to put in here. And some lined paper, a little snippet, pretty butterfly paper. Here's a bag pocket with a little postcard, and this is also a pocket. These things come out. Let's see. I love this little pocket right here on the front of the bag. I thought that was adorable. So cute. A little butterfly to match these. Coffee dyed bag. You could even write on this white bag. More lined coffee dyed papers. Little snippet of vintage doilies and laces. Pretty tuck spot with a postcard and an index card. I made these index cards, printed them out, cut them out. It was just a big sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11. I just cut it up into index cards, and I got to use my punch again, which I am so happy about. And I also got another punch besides this one. I have this one now by who's this? EK Success. I got it at scrapbook.com. So I'm happy about that because it's the same way. You can fold it in half. So I like that. I haven't used it yet though. And then here is a belly band from Vintage Lace, and this is part of the master board that I made a journaling card and used snippet roll to make the tabs. And more pretty paper from My Porch Prints, another index card. Or not an index card, journaling card. Giant ticket as a tuck spot. Little vintage doily flip. I punched out these little flowers. Mother of pearl button and a pretty image. More pretty papers. And here is a pocket that is from the master board. I have put a lot of these giant journaling cards in there, so there's plenty of space. This pretty card. Tons of spaces for writing. More pages, coffee dyed, more coffee dye. This little snippet. I think this is from SS Digitals too. And this is from the master board. This is from the master board. This was like lavender copy paper, and I coffee dyed it. It made it so dark though. Little vintage lace along there. Here we are in the center. Little purple flowers on the strings. This is from Pink Monarch. This kit that you can cut out pockets. And I put this in there. This tab is from her too. And this I think is from my porch prints. So you have a pocket here. You have a pocket here. And you have a pocket here. A butterfly and some stamps. More blank pages, coffee dyed. Little cluster here. This is from, I think, Calico Collage, this flower and this saying. These tickets, I'm not even sure. This is my porch prints. Little vintage cluster of fabrics. More coffee dye. Another piece of that masterboard. Pretty journaling cards. This is the CD cover with two lavender cards in there. Two more journal cards. Yeah, this flips, and you can take the card, it's out of there. And coffee dye. Here's a little, what is this called? Page topper. You can open it, you have writing space on it. And it is pretty on the other side too. I like that. This is lace that I dyed with paint several years ago. I have so much of it. I have a whole bin of it. I went a little crazy. Here's another card with some grid paper. Here's more of that little teeny mini snippet roll. Coffee dye. This is from SS Digitals. Pocket kit with some cards. My porch prints card. Butterflies, pretty paper. Coffee dyed, grungy paper. Love this bird nest in my garden. And this little, what is it called? Mason jar with coffee dyed paper on the back. Write on it. More blank pages. The back of the signature cover out of cardstock. A nice belly band out of a snippet roll that I had made. And this is another one of those cards that I made with the masterboard. And this is the back. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I am going to put it in my Etsy shop tomorrow. I have to take some pictures of it and upload it to my Etsy store. So if you're interested, I will put the link to my Etsy shop for this journal. And I will be back soon with a few more things that I'm working on. See you soon.